at very competitive prices. We are wholesale suppliers to restaurants, butchers and caterers. Visit us at 51 to 53 Upton Lane, London, E7 9PA. Contact us on 07415 474 185.
Usman needs the adhesive to work. If not, his day will be a disaster. So, Usman, if you really need something to bond, grab a tube of CT1 from your local stockist. An incredibly powerful sealant and construction adhesive that's fast, flexible and strong. It can be used anywhere, even underwater. For more info, ct1limited.com or follow us on Facebook or ring us on 0208 555 1448.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Drive Time, mashallah. So we're back with our Friday Drive Time slot, and I've got my dream team here with me. I'll introduce you now. So first of all, we've got
Owais, Assalamu alaikum to everyone, and Ramadan Mubarak. It's everyone's second fast, so a big Ramadan Mubarak to everyone from myself and from the whole team.
And we've got the fitness fanatic, the teacher in the house, Mr.
Abdul Halim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Again, Ramadan Mubarak. You heard from me before on the launch. I'm here again. The dream team is happening, bro.
No, alhamdulillah. As usual, everyone knows we have a real action-packed show, a lot of discussion to go through. What we'll do right now is we'll just give all the listeners and the viewers out there a little format of, actually before the format of us, there are different ways that the Ramadan FM 2018 is connecting people. Tell me the ways.
So the ways that we've got is we've got Twitter. Yeah. So
Yep.
you know what? There's one extra way that we didn't have last year. Yeah. So we've got Twitter. We've
Yep.
got Facebook. We've got what's the
YouTube.
other one?
YouTube is a big one, right?
Yeah. You know what I was gonna say?
Did I spoil your surprise? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's the Rosa. I'm going in overdrive.
So we've got Facebook Live, we've got YouTube Live. So anyone that wants to watch us, and I'm sure everyone does, inshallah, they can do. And you can listen to us also on Mixler and on TuneIn as well. If anyone wants to tweet us, you can tweet us also. And that's Ramadan FM 2018. That's for all of them across the board.
Mashallah, we're here with our second fast, and I have to say, it feels like it's affecting me today. I don't know where it is. I think the system is still getting into the groove.
Weak, bro. He's weak.
I'm feeling a little bit weak.
He's weak, bro.
I'm still going through the adjustment process right now.
Man. It's all right. It's not that bad. Look, it's not 28 degrees. Yeah, it's only 18 degrees. I'm sure we can.
Is it 22 on my car?
22 on your
It was 22.
That's still minor, bro.
So you need to get that checked out. You only got it recently as well.
But yes, so I am feeling a little bit, but as usual, when our show gets kicking off, when we start going through our different discussion topics, we start discussing key projects as well, we will inshallah get a bit more motivated and a bit more fresh. We want to get the listeners connected as well. So guys, do get on Facebook, drop your comments, drop your thoughts, any issues, give us a call on 0333 011 6786. Do tweet us as well. Without any further delay, because we've got a lot to cover today, I'm just going to go through what we are expected to do on our show today. So firstly, we're gonna talk about the full-time radio license that's been granted. Obviously, Ramadan FM 2018 is just for Ramadan, but this is going to be the platform that will launch the full-time 5-year license. So we will go into further detail about that shortly. We will talk about the fundraising to achieve that project as well. So we will go through that as well. There is a special thing that we want to discuss. All I'm going to say now, that segment is called Deed of the Day, but we will go into what that is, what we're thinking about that project. We will come back to you. And then we've got the main event, which our lovely brother Owais produced a great promo. We've got brother Rakeen, who's currently sitting in the reception. We're going to get him down as usual. It's very entertaining with him. We will get some maybe performances from him, but the most key aspect of him coming down was to discuss knife crime. This is a huge issue right now in London as well as the rest of the UK. Already 60 deaths in this year, so that is something that we're going to break down, we're going to discuss and try to come up I wouldn't say a solution, but just try to break down why this is happening and why is it ever growing right now. From that, you can see how action-packed it is, Owais.
That is an action-packed show.
I feel like I'm done already now. But the main bit, the last bit of the show that we really want to discuss are two things. One would be Palestine. Obviously, we cannot let a show go by right now without not discussing Palestine. So we will give our 2 pennies worth on what's happening in Palestine, what's the update in Palestine right now, what we can do for Palestine also, and a interesting topic that our brother Halim will lead would be about social media. So the different pressures of social media, how social media craze, as you can see right now. Look, Ramadan FM has grown for the last 3 to 4 years without the need to go on FM. You know, we've been going on these different online platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube. Social media is just taken over. It's literally taken over.
That's right.
So all our lives literally evolve around social media. So we will be discussing the pros and cons of social media, led by Brother Abdul Halim. So without any further delay, let's go straight into talking about our full-time radio. So this is something that Minhaj Al-Quran International, the umbrella organization of Ramadan FM 2018, put an application in to try to have a full-time 5-year radio
How many
license.
applications were there?
Now, if I'm not correct, if I am correct, shall I say, it was 21 applications that were put in at that point, which only, how many were granted? 4 of them were granted. And alhamdulillah, Minhaj Al-Quran International was granted a 5-year radio license. So now, what you see in 1 month, the action-packed shows, the quality programming that you will see in the next month, and you have seen in the past, you will see that for the next 5 years, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, inshallah.
We're coming.
Inshallah,
We're coming.
we're here,
Inshallah.
we're here.
We're here to stay.
Inshallah.
So, inshallah, we are looking forward to that being launched. Inshallah, tomorrow, iftari time, Brother Ismail and the team will be coming down. As we know, Brother Ismail is the face of the radio, whether we like it or not. He is the face of the radio. The guys are done. We know we know how much effort he's put in. He will be here tomorrow to officially launch the campaign and give much more detail of what we are going to be doing with this 5-year radio, whether, what kind of shows we're looking at, what kind of format we're looking at, what kind of funding we need for it, and so on. But we are looking to promote this as well because we're excited about this as well. Having a 5-year radio license, being a official voice, hopefully for the local community, it's something that we're really looking forward to. Owais, what's your thoughts on the radio so far? How's the progression been? I know you're working quite hard on the production.
Look, back in 2014, that was the first one that we did, wasn't it? I believe in
2014 was the first, yes.
In 2014, we done the first Ramadan radio, and then in 2015 we didn't do anything. Then 2016, 17 and 18, so we've been doing it 3 years in a row. So alhamdulillah, everyone's picked up experience. And you know what, there was a lot of people in the community that were saying, okay, you know what, you've done it for a month, but there's still 11 months of the year where we don't have your sohbah. And a lot of people do want, no, obviously not our sohbah. Yeah, no one wants our
blessed
sohbah.
radio,
You know what,
the blessed radio. No one wants the dream team. Yeah.
So I mean, in terms of the sohbah of the scholars, in terms of what's going on in the community, how to combat different issues that are going on in the community, that's the reason why we thought, yes, let's go for it. Let's put in the application for the full time, and alhamdulillah, we're granted with it. So we're working hard to bring it to the air now, which should be. You know what? I'll let Ismail.
We'll let Ismail. We don't want to take his thunder. We don't want to take his thunder. But the key aspect, and everyone will see once the I don't think they've put the banners up yet, but yeah, once the banners are up on the screen, you will see the main focus. As I said at the beginning of my intro, was that Ramadan FM 2018 is going to be a foundation for the full-time radio. So what does that mean? That means basically, we will be consistently talking about the full-time radio, as well as the key thing that we will need to everyone's help, and it is Ramadan, is we will need to fundraise for that. Why do we need to fundraise? If you're going to do a 5-year radio, you're going to do it on depends on what level you want to take it. Now, everyone knows, all the listeners know the level that we have taken it on all the Ramadan radios is very extravagant. Alhamdulillah, what an effort that we
Let's
put in every year.
Let's look back at 2014. Yes. So at 2014, we were just about on social media.
We weren't.
There was probably in the whole month there was probably about 3 different messages that went out on our Facebook page and on our Twitter page. Yeah, so that's 2013. 2014. 2015 we didn't do it. 2016 then we still weren't on. No one could still see us. Yeah, so it was still just on.
I think we had one show,
just on
wasn't
the internet.
Just one show we had on Facebook Live,
Probably
which
Pure,
was
Pure,
the
That was
live
with our
appeal.
phone. Yeah, and that was with our phone
And
as
that
well.
was with our phones, exactly.
So,
you can just see how it's grown and how it's expanded.
And then next year after that was 2017. So 2017 we were live, so you could watch us on Facebook, but the quality was not that great.
It was good.
So
It was still good.
you know what? It was good, but the level that we actually wanted it on, it wasn't up to that standard. Alhamdulillah, this year we've pushed it up a notch once again. So we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook Live, and in terms of the quality, alhamdulillah, the feedback that we've got from everyone, the quality is a lot better as well.
Yeah.
And we want to maintain this, and not just maintain this, we want to up this another notch, 2-3 notches.
Exactly.
Inshallah.
Now you will see from the campaigns, the literature that's on the website, what is it that we want to raise for. Now we've set a target for Ramadan of £50,000. Some people will say, yes, this is a very extravagant target, but alhamdulillah, we're looking forward to it. Oh, is that a call already, Owais?
Yeah, we've got a call.
Go for it,
we'll
Owais.
just take this call, inshallah, if I still remember how to use this
I'm
system.
just thinking you've got to put the thing
Oh
on your
yeah,
ears,
you've got
right?
to put the headphones on, yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, caller. You're live on Ramadan FM 2018. Who's calling?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
I recognize this
This
voice.
is
I recognize
this is
this
the
voice.
dream team of Ismail, Surti, Muzammil, Owais. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Just to let you know that I'm sat here away from London, and the quality that you're talking about is amazing, mashallah.
MashaAllah.
Jazakallah. This is, of course, Abu Adam Sheikh Abu Adam Shirazi from Leicester.
Look at that. So we've got Lester kicking in the house right now, who's
MashaAllah.
entered and who's
Absolutely.
listening. MashaAllah, this is amazing. So you've blessed us. One of our first callers to come in today as well. We know Sheikh's been helping with the shows previously. He's done some amazing shows as well. He's always been a key supporter of the radio. Sheikh, what's your Ramadan message to everyone out there?
My message is that this now is all around the world. Anybody can listen in to you, watch you on Facebook, anywhere around the world. Those people who are listening, spread this message to your family, to your friends, to anybody that you know. Ramadan FM 2018, the variety of shows here is amazing. You've got the scholars, you've got the sisters, you've got the kids, you've got all kind of a variety
Don't
of
forget the
shows.
dream team. Don't forget the dream team.
And the dream team, obviously. Well, the dream team, if I don't mention Saf and Rafiq, then I'll get into trouble. So they're part of the dream team.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, and obviously I have to also mention the shuyukh, otherwise they won't let me into the Eid prayer.
Fine.
But you guys are doing a wonderful job. I'm enjoying listening to you. Keep up the great work. MashaAllah, and Ramadan Kareem to everybody.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. MashaAllah.
Thank you very much. That means a lot. So that little bit of support that we get from people that are listening and actually calling to just give that encouragement as well. So Jazakallah for
Brilliant.
that.
It's a brilliant
beautiful
Ramadan.
call.
Brilliant Ramadan opening message that we've got, and you could see the passions there. Look, Leicester's tuning in now. So yeah, inshallah, we're looking forward to launching this. I'll just be literally quickly again because we will be doing a full-fledged show on this tomorrow. But 50,000 guys, this is the target to remember. This will be paying for a top quality set of equipment. I think it's 2 studios, West. It'll be 2 studios set up.
studios. You know what?
Yeah.
In terms of the details,
We'll go tomorrow. We'll go tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll
so
go tomorrow.
when is it tomorrow? Let's just remind all the listeners,
Yes,
viewers,
that's good.
when
That's good.
it is.
So once again, listeners out there, please do tune in tomorrow at Iftari. Inshallah, the
Before
Iftari
Iftari.
show. Well, pre-Iftari show.
Yeah.
Whatever we call it, the Iftari show. So you've just messed up the name now. How can we call it the Iftari show? Pre-Iftari show. So yes, the Iftari show, we will have Ismail Seti. Hopefully us guys will be here as well, and we will go into further depth about the full-time radio. So without any further delay, I'm going to move on to the next thing. Owais, I know you're pushing us for a break, but what we'll do is we'll just do the deed of the day, and then we'll get Brother Rakeen on as well, so that we keep up to date with what's happening. So now, this is something what me, Owais, actually, you know what? If I don't mention her, she's gonna get angry with me, and I won't get my roti in the morning. So I better. It was Sadaf's idea, and it was Sadaf's sort of tagline that she's come up with. So well done, Sadaf. That's a mention to you. What it is, it's something that we're thinking. As everyone knows, the Dream Team, we're all about entertainment. You know, we're not scholars. We don't openly say that we're gonna come out here and try to educate people, or you know, we're here to entertain. That's always been our remit. You know, Friday evening now, people are driving home now, knackered from work, second day of Rosa. You know, people are thinking, yep, let's slowly ease down now. Let's look forward to the weekend. We're here to take you to that weekend. So that's always what the Dream Team's all about. But we were saying to ourselves when we were brainstorming yesterday is that something that we should encourage the listeners and the viewers out there to do to fully take the benefit of Ramadan.
Yeah.
So what we thought was that we would try to create a hashtag. Now this hashtag, what we're going to call it, Halim?
Hashtag deed of the day. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
I got it right.
So we're going to call this hashtag deed of the day. Now what is this hashtag? This hashtag is hopefully going to encourage people to actually do a deed for the day. So now look, 2 days of Ramadan has gone. Of course, a deed can be doing dua for someone. A deed can be showing patience. A deed can be, you know, forgiving someone. You know, a deed can be giving charity. Deed can be anything. There's many ways of a deed. So
Can I just come in and just say what my deed was then?
Go on, bro.
oh,
Because my deed is just, I was driving,
oh yes.
yeah, and I got caught by someone,
Did you forgive him?
and I forgave him. straight away.
Subhanallah.
You showed patience and you gave forgiveness. So you've done 2 deeds, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
So alhamdulillah. That's brilliant.
Normally, I would be honking the horn.
Yep.
And
He
I
would
would,
be-
and I
believe
would
me,
want
bro.
to get revenge. I would
Bro.
want to cut him up
He's
myself again.
I would say a radical driver. That's what I call
We'll
it.
leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
just-
We'll leave it at
that's
that.
enough, that's enough. Stop exposing
so,
me.
So two deeds for Wes already in the bank.
Mashallah.
So, Brother Halim, what did you do for that deed?
Well, my deed was we were celebrating the royal wedding today at school. The royal wedding, you know, Prince Harry's getting
that a
married
deed?
tomorrow.
Is that a deed? Celebrating the royal
That's
wedding?
not the deed, bro. That's not the deed. The deed that I did, well, there was a lot of children out there. Obviously, it was my Rosa. I'm fasting. So, children came out, sat down, Desi style, bro, on the floor.
Wow.
On the floor. I was distributing cupcakes, you know, juices, you know.
You
feeding
didn't have
them.
any yourself, did you?
Astaghfirullah, bro. It's my Rosa.
I just
Just
checking. Just
distributing
checking.
cupcakes to them, feeding them, basically. That was my deed of the day.
Borderline deed.
Borderline deed.
Yeah,
Celebrating,
that's a bit,
celebrating, and then giving a few cupcakes out. Okay, we'll give
That's
it to him.
on the fence.
We're on the fence, exactly. We'll give that to him. And now probably people are thinking, what have I done? And I'm trying to program because I've been put on the spot to think of a deed. But I think this morning, if the suhoor time, I put the plates on the table. Actually,
Bro,
the plates-
did you actually do that?
That's
no, bro. I didn't sleep after we left from here.
Wow,
I
you
didn't
put the plates on the table.
I went to the kitchen. I picked up
Subhanallah.
the plates, made sure they were clean, and I put them on the table. So you know what?
That is amazing.
But hold on.
So you actually wait. One
No,
second. Let's
no,
just get
wait,
this
wait,
right.
wait.
1 second.
You got the plates and you put them on the table.
I put them on.
That is amazing.
Come on,
Bro, I don't believe him.
Wow.
I don't believe it.
And
I'm
you know
going to
what?
have to confirm this.
You
with
confirm
your wife.
from Sadaf.
I don't believe you.
Sadaf, please put a message up to confirm it on the Ramadan. Let's get the
Mashallah,
Facebook
that's,
chat going.
that's really good.
So that's one deed. Then to add another, I put a banana for Sadaf. So she was still asleep. I put a banana. I said, look, you know what? Here's your fruit.
Allahu Akbar.
Look at this. Look at this.
Subhanallah.
This is the thought process of thinking of our wives. So, doing something for your wife. Alhamdulillah, I think I did something there where I set the table. So
Also-
we're getting there.
Also,
But-
guys, we want to hear what your deed of the day was.
Exactly.
So tweet with the hashtag. If you don't want to tweet with the hashtag, call the studio hotline. The hotline number is 0333 011 6786. That's 0333 011
The
6786.
deed could be small or it could be big. Even if you just smiled at someone that was
Okay,
walking
right.
past.
Hold
you,
on. We
smiled.
Confirmation's
got
come.
a message from Sadaf. She's
Halim,
saying,
can you read it, please?
"Ha ha, he did as well. He could see I was half asleep."
Look at the caring was. Look at the caring was. Alhamdulillah.
believe him now.
Alhamdulillah. The
Tiga,
confirmation's coming.
Done.
So,
Alhamdulillah. Look, small deed, but big rewards, inshallah.
Inshallah. Now, what we want to do is look, guys. This is how we operate. This is how we roll. You know, we are the entertainers. We have brother Suleiman. Big up to you, Suleiman, listening in, who's saying drive time on the roll. So alhamdulillah, great feedback from him as well. Now, what we want people to take is that we want you guys to benefit from Ramadan. Look, we're again, you know, trying our best as well. Every day we're trying to get through the actual fast, but we want to benefit from it. So guys, what we are proposing, maybe Owais, if he's free, he can get the productions to do a little promo on this, maybe. But what we would encourage everyone is that, guys, get on social media, tag the hashtag Deed of the Day, and then tag Ramadan FM 2018. And then what we will encourage is, while you're doing a deed or whatever deed you've done, whether it's, you know, picking up some shopping bags for an elderly, whatever it is, this is the time in Ramadan for the extra blessings. The blessings quadruple, double, or triple, whatever.
70 times more.
70 times, wow.
Up to 700 times more.
Wow, subhanAllah. So a small blessing right now, you know, a small act right now could count for so many things. So what we're encouraging people out there is, guys, you know, every week we're gonna review this. Every week we're gonna check this out on our show. That, look, what's the deeds coming? Are people doing it? Is there a hype out there? We want to create that hype. So we will be posting pictures. We will be posting reviews. We will be posting our deeds. So we want everyone else to do the same. So you know, people must be thinking right now, Was, that, oh, you know what? These guys are just doing it for show. You know, this is just like, or how can you do a deed and then take a picture? You know, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, fair point. That is a fair point in one sense.
It's for encouragement.
But
It's just like,
Bro, we're getting them already.
Like,
We've just got a message from Safina Qayyum, and she's saying, my first good deed of today was making seri for my hubby. Then one deed I'm proud of, I gave way to motorists instead of barging into the road and making them give way.
So we can see road wars are being humbled. The Muslims are humbled down. The road wars, the road carnage has calmed down, which is a good thing. So we had Owais who's calmed down, and we've had Sister Safina who's calmed down. So great stuff. Now, yeah, again, with the deed of the day, you know, like me and Owais were saying, that it would, you know,
it's encouragement.
It's encouraging.
Look, it's just like when you donate, there's a hadith that you can donate openly or you can donate secretly. Secretly is, you obviously don't want, but openly is not to show off.
Of course.
It's to encourage other people to donate as well.
Absolutely.
So exactly the same concept is
absolutely,
is
and
with
the way
this as
we see it, that if everyone out there, whether they're listening in, are doing these deeds and showing these deeds, what more better thing? You know, better thing for them, and hopefully a motivation for others as well, inshallah. So guys, that sums up the deed of the day. We will be putting out posts to encourage this, because I think we're quite passionate about this and we really want everyone to take full benefit of Ramadan. So inshallah, guys, do get involved. Keep coming onto our Facebook page, Ramadan FM 2018, to get the updates. Now what we will be doing is we'll be going on a short commercial break, and we have Rakeen in the house, and inshallah we will get him on, and we will then take the next segment of the show. So make sure you stay tuned in to Drive Time. We will look forward to seeing you shortly. Assalamu alaikum.
In an age of technological advancement, mass communication and social media, having the right website and app can be the difference that your business needs. AppSite Tech are here to take your business to the next level. No matter how simple or how sophisticated your requirements are, our technicians will work with you to create a bespoke website and app for your organization. Call us now on 0753 808112 or visit appsitetech.co.uk and book your free consultation now.
Amigos, the signature name when it comes to burgers and shakes. Our succulent burgers are prepared in front of you while you wait. Whether you go for the 6-ounce Mexican or the 10-ounce Texan, or you decide to go for our messy fries or buffalo wings, one thing you're guaranteed is quality. We've also got a range of desserts, including our trademark shakes in all your favourite flavours. We're based at 400 Cranbrook Road in Gants Hill, so come down to dine in or order in on Uber Eats or Just Eat. Amigos, hats off to great burgers.
Ramadan FM 2018,
the voice of British Muslims.
Hey, तैनू 20 बारी आके आता क्रिकेट ना खेलिया कर तो फिर विंडो पंच हो रही है.
Don't worry, Dad. Our windows need changing anyway.
हाँ तो पैसे तू दे से ना.
Nah, don't worry, Dad. UK Windows will sort it out.
UK window Oh, Conan.
They're the best double glazing company about. They do windows, patios, French doors, sliding doors, UPVC, aluminium, you name it, they've got it. We can go see them at 51 to 53 Upton Lane, Forest Gate E79PA, or call them at 07984 440 093 or visit ukwindowslondon.co.uk.
वाह जी वाह, ये तो कमाल है यार. UK Windows.
Zindabad!
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximise the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
With over 25 years experience in the East London area, there's no better firm to rely on than Cameron Adams Century 21 when it comes to properties. Be it lettings, property management or sales, we can assist you to ensure you get the most out of your property. Contact us on 0208 558 2000 for a free, no obligation valuation and watch us do what we do best.
Grab your taste of luxury at Pink's Boutique. Designer brands like Hugo Boss and Armani to keep your style in check. Catering for ladies, men and kids, Pink's Boutique has it all under one roof. And we offer shipping worldwide, so get the look to fit your attitude. Visit us on our website at pinksboutique.co.uk. Remember, that's pnksboutique.co.uk. Or pop into our store at 302 Brentwood Road, Romford, RM2 5TA.
Ramadan FM 2018.
The voice of British Muslims.
European University of Business now offering BA Business Management, MBA with specialisation. Our courses are regulated by UK Quality Assurance Agency and taught in a highly professional environment. Special offer for Ramadan FM 2018 listeners only. Please call on 0203 288 3143. Email info@universityofbusiness.eu.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Drive Time. Mashallah, we've got the dream team in the house, and the people that have tuned in on Ramadan FM 2018's Facebook page and YouTube Live, they will see a special person on my left, Brother Rakeen, who has entered the building as well and mashallah joined us on the show. Just to give guys a brief intro onto who Brother Rakeen is. I'm sure people don't need to know by now, but you know, we will give a small intro. Rakeen was part of the famous Cash Crew group. This was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
90s. Don't want to make him feel too old, do we now? But yeah, alhamdulillah, we in the 90s we had the Cash Crew group that was out there selling records. He had a deal with Virgin Records. From there, he sort of left that and formed the first Muslim hip hop group, which was called Mecca to Medina. And everyone, mashallah, in the 90s who grew up with that, in the early 2000s, we all grew up with that. Well, I shouldn't say grew up, but yeah, we joined Rakeen in that revolution of Muslim hip-hop. Literally the Islamic Nasheed entertainment that was completely revolutionized by Brother Rakeen and Brother Ismail at that time when they formed Mecca to Medina. From that, alhamdulillah, Brother Rakeen has, hosted many shows, been on many TV channels, done a lot of projects on the ground, mashallah. Amazing work that he's been doing. Alhamdulillah, that's been happening. Then from there, mashallah, his day job is that he's a teacher as well. So based on that, what we want to be discussing today is the knife crime project. Now, obviously, knife crime right now is a huge problem. There is a lot of stuff that is going on right now that is causing a lot of interesting debate, whether it's on media, whether it's on social media, whether it's actually what's happening on a day-to-day basis. Just in UK alone, we've had 60 deaths through knife crime, gun crime this year. So this is quite intense. Quite worrying. And if I'm not mistaken, you've had people in the media and politicians who have been coming out and saying that it's worse than what's happening in New York. You know, I don't know if that was a political move or whatever, but people are saying that what London and UK is happening right now.
Just London, they're saying just London is worse than New York, and look how big New York is. That just tells you something.
Exactly. So we could see that, you know, knife crime, it's having a massive effect, whether it's your children carrying them and having that stress to deal with. Why is my child carrying a knife? Whether it's family members being wiped out, whether it's friends being wiped out. It's a massive concern right now. I mean, I use my personal example of my brother being stabbed. You know, I think it's about 1.5 years ago now. He got stabbed, and it's had an impact on him. Although he's such a strong character, but you can see the scar that he lives with. You know, it's there every day. He has to look at that scar, and he then goes through those chain of events that have happened to him. So, some people may think, okay, yeah, I've survived a knife ordeal, but for them to be able to still deal with that on a day-to-day basis, that in itself has its mental problems. But the main reason why we've got Rakeen in here right now is Rakeen is currently on the ground, and he is taken this project on. You know, he knows knife crime is quite a worry right now. So he himself is bringing a project to us where what his thoughts on knife crime and what kind of things he's looking to do. So Rakeen, I'm going to put it to you. What's happening right now? What's your thoughts first of all on knife crime, and what kind of projects you're thinking of doing?
Okay, first of all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everybody, and also Ramadan Mubarak to everyone who's fasting. I hope that your Ramadan has started well. Yeah, this is an interesting topic for us as Muslims because it affects us a lot as Muslims. The Muslim population in prison has risen now. There's lots of Muslims, and it's growing. Okay, I was just saying to Ms. earlier that I'm going through the process of becoming a prison mentor. So I'm going to be working in Felton Prison, mentoring, working with some of the Muslim youth there. What is happening at the moment is really concerning because, as you said, it's 60 people have been killed this year, and it's rising. And actually, it's been 60 deaths, but there's been actually more stabbings than that. It's just that not all of them are fatal. People have been stabbed and have survived. I mean, even at my school, one of the teachers there was very sad because he came from another school, which I think was in kind of like Stratford, and he just found out that one of his past students was killed. He was shot in the face. A Muslim family. So you can imagine at the funeral, just all these young boys burying their pal that they go to school with. Okay, and even that story was shocking because the Muslim family, the mum and dad, they both knew that he was involved in a gang, and they were trying to keep him away of the gang. So what they did, they got a special a code for the house. He wasn't allowed out.
Wow.
Then the mum and dad had to change their jobs. So one would work in the day, then when one would come home, the other one would work in the night.
Wow,
they did that.
That's some really stringent procedures.
Just to try to save their son. And still, he managed to get out one night, say, I'm going to go meet my friends. In that time, he got shot in the face, dead.
Wow.
Okay.
Where was this in London?
No, it's in London. It's in London, yeah. And so, and I'm working with lots of parents as well, trying to advise parents. And I'm hearing the same thing. I'm hearing parents saying, please, can you talk to my son? We've lost control of our son.
So what is it that you do then? So these parents
mentoring,
come to you, they
yeah,
approach you, and then what's the next?
The next step is to do mentoring. To have like one-to-ones with the children, and just start. First of all, it's all about kind of like building that relationship up with the child, because without that relationship,
of course, without that rapport, without that relationship, without them being able to understand you, and them knowing that you understand them, of course, then it's a no-go.
Absolutely.
You won't go there.
Yeah.
What's the reason for these days? Yeah, back in our days, you had a fight. It was a fist fight.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a one-on-one. It wasn't even that's it, gang. If you basically, if two other people jumped in, you would say, "And people would know that what," and words would basically come out.
Yeah.
But now the way that it is, it's not a fist fight.
Yeah.
It's carrying a knife has basically become a fashion.
Yeah.
So what's the reason for the youth now or the younger generation carrying? Is there any reason behind it, or joining gangs? Is it more of a fashion thing, I'm a big man, or what's the reason behind it?
Right, it's there's many reasons. It's very complex. It's not one reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's multiple reasons, because even, for example, when I was growing up, there used to be some gangs. And they used to carry knives, right? But they'd never try to stab someone to death. It used to be like they used to kind of like cut your face and you have a mark on your face. But now the young boys are taking out their mum's kitchen knife, putting it in their bag and taking that to school. One of the reasons why they're carrying knives is a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear. Young boys on the street, they're scared. They're like, well, if I haven't got a knife, then afterwards I'm a target. But if I got a knife, I can protect myself. And then you hear lots of young people saying, well, if I don't go out with my knife, I feel like I'm naked. That I need something to protect myself. This is what the young people are saying. That's one reason, because there's a lot of fear on the streets that you're going to be attacked. And it's interesting because if you look at the government, what's going on in government, there's been like some severe like police cuts. Yeah. So now there's less police on the streets. Yeah. When you're on road, actually there's less police. So you can't even say, police are there to kind of support you. So basically, it's like people are taking the law into their own hands.
The Home Secretary's actually said that police cuts is not the reason for a rise in violent crime.
Police cuts is definitely a reason. They're just making excuses. It's 100% a reason. And it's not only that. Remember, the Conservative government, they like cuts. They like cuts and they like privatization. Yes. This is what Conservatives like to do. Austerity, and then after, when things go wrong, they try to make excuses. We know there's been lots of cuts, especially in the social services. Okay, the youth centres have been closed down. What's happened to the young people? They're hanging out. Where are they hanging out? They're on the street corner. They're outside chicken shops. They're outside. If you go to every shopping centre, they're inside every shopping centre. Yeah. This is another reason. Okay.
Just to stop you, Brother Rakeen, we've got a call coming in, so we'll just take this call. Moses, if you just want to take it.
Assalamu alaikum, caller. You're live on Ramadan FM 2018. Who's calling?
Walaikum assalam. It's David.
David, how are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. So you're hopefully acknowledging Ramadan and celebrating Ramadan?
Yeah, it's been good, alhamdulillah, so far.
So far, so good, yeah? Not too intense?
Yeah. No, not too intense.
So we've got Brother Rakeen here, who's our guest, who's talking about knife crime. Would you like to add to that conversation as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to blame the Conservatives and it's easy to blame on police cuts, but surely it's the parents to blame. At the end, you spoke about that family who tried to lock the child in. Well, they wouldn't have to lock the child in if they taught the child correctly the first time, right? When they were bringing and raising that child up. So how can we then say it's due to police cuts? There's not police on the streets. Well, the police can't parent children, can they? They can only, when there's something happening, they can only be there once it's happened.
Okay. In certain areas, right, police stations have been closed down. Okay. Now we're having a rise of deprivation. Well, a lack of jobs. There's a rise in deprivation. Okay. We have more poverty. Okay. And as I was saying earlier, there are more young people on the streets now because of the cuts. Okay. There's no more youth centres, so they're hanging around on the street corner. They're easy prey. Okay, for gangs. Also, what is happening now is that there's a new kind of grooming. Before, when we talked about grooming, we only talked about sexual grooming. Now there's a new kind of grooming, which is gang grooming. Young people on the streets, okay? And also, some parents are to blame, but it's not always, we can't always blame the parents, because some of the parents actually work in two jobs. So, for example, they finish one job, okay, they go and work on a second job because they're trying to put food on the table for their children, and their children, instead of, like, there's no place for them to be, okay, so they're hanging outside, the gangs are grooming them. And another reason, okay, with the rise in deprivation that's going on all over the city, okay, we have a rise in depression as well. Also, the taking of drugs. Now, when we're looking at the gangs and what's going on with the gangs, you will see that a lot of it is to do with making money. And now drug business is big business. It's a massive thing what's going on. And now the gangs are even becoming more and more organized now. So there's a real fight for territory because it's worth lots of money. So so there's many issues. You can say yes, cuts is 100%. We can't get away from cuts. We need more police. We can't say, oh no, we don't need. Yes, we do. We need more police. Also, in schools, we just had many cuts. I'm a teacher. That's my full-time job. We've had cuts in schools. There's less mentors. There's less counsellors. Okay, we have young people walking around with trauma, but they're not being able to see a counsellor to help them with trauma. What's going on? So how do they deal with trauma when they're having when there's been cuts to the NHS service? Well, they hang out on the streets. They get high. Massive issue for us. Massive problems because they're getting high. They're getting involved in gangs, and also as well, believe it or not, a lot of these young people are bored. It sounds strange. There's a lot of boredom. Because so some of them actually find it exciting as well, being involved in gangs, being involved with fighting. But the thing is, these gangs today is extremely dangerous, as we know, because as I say to all young people that I talk to, there's only two ends for you. Either you end up in prison or you end up dead.
Is there anything you want to say, Brother David?
Yeah, well, I mean, the border argument is, I actually totally agree with that. It's the fact that they don't have any aspirations for their life because if poverty is the reason for why this is going on, then they can't see themselves going outside of poverty, outside the state, living a life like other people are living. But surely it's then the job of the parents to provide that inspiration. I know you said there's cuts to the schools, but surely the schooling system and the education system provides children the aspiration, rather than it being like in America, where it's like you go in, they lock the doors, and it's like a security prison until 3:30 when they let out again. Like, surely the UK schooling system is much better than that.
Okay,
just to add to
if you continue listening, Brother Rakeen will basically shed some light on this as well. Jazakallah for your call.
Okay, thank you very much.
But just to say, look, the schools are suffering. Okay, I'm a school teacher. Okay, I don't know, maybe the media's painting a pretty picture for you. The schools are suffering. Okay, the classes are getting much bigger now, like 35 in a class. Okay, the support staff are being cut. Okay, so let's just. The reality is, let's just be real with it. Okay, cuts hurt. Okay, I know the conservatives try to say that, oh no, the cuts are fine, we can still go. No, they're not, because in the private schools, okay, they're fine. Okay, yeah.
Learning mentors are also being cut as well.
Huh?
Learning mentors, they're also
learning
being
mentors
cut.
are being cut.
And that's where the child goes to. A learning mentor, when a child is in need, when a child is depressed, when a child is, anxious a little bit, they go to the learning mentors. But learning mentors are also being cut. So actually, where is this child to go to?
Look, if a child is away 8 hours from their house, 8 hours from their house, they're away every day, Monday to Friday. And then even when they're at home, they're not at home because they've got their phones. Which we're going to be talking about in the last session. So they're at home, but they're not at home. They're still talking to their boys. They're still talking to their crew. And so it's just a lot easier to meet up, to discuss, to do what you want to do. Just the technology, it could be used in a good way, in a bad way, but when there's only a certain amount that the parents can do.
Yes.
And I think it definitely is the parents' responsibility from a young age to train them up, to tell them what's right, to tell them what's wrong, but there's only a certain amount that can be done from the parents' side.
I think what Brother Rakeen said at the beginning, where he's saying that, when you're trying to find the root cause of knife crime, or what's around it, it is quite complicated.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it goes in many.
One clear cut answer.
There's no one clear cut.
Every case
this specific
is unique in its
like,
own way.
Like if you take, for example, drugs. From drugs that the gang culture starts. Like you said, the gangs are getting more sophisticated and so on. Some people would argue that to counter and to eliminate drugs, the drug wars, the gang wars, legalize cannabis. That's what some people are coming out and saying. Now that is a separate debate on its own. Now would that decriminalize gangs? Would that take knives off the street? No, of course it wouldn't, because there's other issues as well. Now when you go into parenting, there is an argument where you would say that, look, as a young child, if you're bringing the child into an environment where there is no father, or there is no mother, or both the parents are working full on and they haven't been able to give that time and effort to their child, of course it's going to have some sort of impact.
Yeah,
Then
of course,
there's another aspect that what a lot of the news articles were saying, and a lot of different radio stations where the callers were calling in, and they were saying that our children, when we catch them with knives, when we've gone through their bags and found a knife, they've said simply to us that, look, Dad or Mom, the situation is this. I'm getting beaten up every day in school. I'm getting bullied in school, left, right, and center. I need something to protect me. There's no counselors in school. I can't go to the teacher. Teacher's under severe strain as it is. Who do I go to? I need to protect myself and have this weapon with me. What is a parent supposed to say at that point?
Absolutely. The parents are stuck. And also, when you think about it, okay, we do have some parents that are struggling. We have some like one-parent families, okay, absent fathers. This is also an issue. But one thing we're forgetting is that, remember, that child, okay, was in school for 8 hours. How did a child who goes to school end up in gangs? Because a lot of for example, if you take a few years ago, there was a killing, right, in Victoria Station, right? And what was shocking about that killing, it happened in the daytime. It happened about 4 o'clock, straight after school. And the boys that did it came straight from school. They were still in their school uniform. Okay, they ran down the stairs and they in broad daylight, and they stabbed them on the station in Victoria. This happened a few years ago. So another question we need to ask is, how come we're having children that are going through the British schooling system, right, and they're coming out, okay, and they're getting involved in gangs? Surely there's something that we're not doing that we need to be tackling. Because, for example, if we're spending more money on this side in supporting them, it's better for us in the long run, because to keep someone in prison is at least 30 to 40,000 pounds a year. So definitely we should be spending more money trying to keep them out of prison by having more mentors, as we're saying,
Absolutely.
more counsellors,
Perhaps more
workshops and stuff. I can see them coming, even in my school. I can see the ones dropping through. And another concerning thing is that if a child gets excluded from school, there's a high ratio that they end up in prison. There's a school to prison pipeline, because when they get excluded permanently from school and they go to a unit, now the problem with these units is that they're full of gang members already. So even if you wasn't like involved in any gangs when you went there, by the time you leave there, you'll be like a gang member.
What are the signs that your child or someone's child is on the wrong path? So they're involved in gangs, or they're basically, you know what, they're going down that path. How would you know? What are the signs? Are there any signs to look out for?
Yeah, there's some signs.
They come out. They come home with like new TNs every week, or they come home with a wad of cash. What are the signs that you look out for?
One sign is to make sure.
TNs are back, bro.
TNs are back. What they need to do, first of all, you, as a parent, and for parents, they need to know where their children are all the time. That's one. In 2018, you need to know where your child is all the time, and your child cannot be on the street hanging out like after 8 o'clock, hanging out like, where are you? I'm on the corner with my friends.
But
no.
surely a child can lie to their parents.
No.
Surely, I mean, you know, you say, yeah, I'm just around my friend's house, I'm chilling, you know, in reality,
so that's one.
He's you know, around the corner.
Around the corner.
On the corner, maybe.
Okay, but the second thing is, you parents need to know who their child's friends are.
Absolutely.
They need to know who are you hanging around with. They need to know them. They need to know their parents. They need to know what sort of people they're socializing with. Because when I talk to parents that have lost control, they say that, you know, my son doesn't want me to know the boys that he's hanging around with. You know, so that's a big concern. Another one as well is that if your child is coming home with new clothes, expensive trainers, and you never gave him the money, that is a massive concern.
Sure, there's big alarm bells there, isn't it?
Alarm bells are ringing. Where'd you get that money from, son? You know, how come you got these expensive? I didn't give you that money. Yeah. So it's all these kind of things. And then even like another sign is like truanting from school. Okay, truanting from school, getting phone calls from the school. My son is, you know, your son's not in school. These are all alarm bells. And this is where people need to be looking at their child.
What could you do for what could you do for the child? Like, because I'm a teacher as well.
Yes.
And what could you do for a child if a parent doesn't actually